I've had to wait a while to post this episode due to a combination of things, so let me bring you up to speed on what has occurred over the past month. I farewelled Skiros and with it exited the Northern Sporades in front of a developing weather system. As I moved south along the exposed east coast of Evia and entered the infamous Kafira Strait, the front end of the weather system caught me. With the seas building in size over the day, a 4 metre swell was now running through the strait. With the wind behind me, it took all of my concentration to keep the yacht on a safe run angle to avoid a potentially catastrophic broach. After 10 hours at the helm, it was a welcome relief to make it into the protected harbour of Batsi on Andros. It took that system 3 more days to subside, which was perfect for me to explore the island of Andros. The lovely town of Kora is the capital of Andros, and also, in my view, the best and most interesting village of the island. The medley of mid-age houses, near-classical and cycladic buildings, narrow alleys, stone walkways, museum and beaches gives to Kora a unique atmosphere. The gateway to the old city has been preserved and gives you a feeling of penetrating into another world and another time. The medieval atmosphere of the Kora coexists in harmony with the modern one, created by all the new little shops, cafes and bars. You cross the bridge for 2 reasons. One, to see the remnants of the Venetian Castro, but most people come to see the impressive Faro Toledo's lighthouse. First built in 1887, reconstructed to its original format in 1994. There's around 300 kilometres of trail and footpaths that stem across or stretch across Andros. At one stage they formed the major transportation routes for the 30-odd thousand inhabitants that lived here at the time. To the credit of local government and the avid bushwalking clubs, they've been able to re-establish 150 kilometres worth of decent bushwalking trails. You can do that over consecutive days, or you can pick and choose a particular route that suits your interest and ability. There's a massive range of diversity that you'll find along the trails, and that's what sparked my interest to come and check a couple of these trails out. Like all things in sailing, conditions and situations can change rapidly. With the announcement of a second national lockdown, I decided to haul the yacht out as soon as practicable. This meant staying undetected from the Atlantic Coast Guard. To even my chances, I sailed through rough weather at night time and avoided all harbours, moving directly to the shipping yard where no questions would be asked.
Left.
waste of time. I've come all this way north to haul out at Chalkoutsi and assured that they could lift out, but no go. My draft is too big despite the boatyard owner's assurance. So I've got a bloody long way, at least 2 days of solid sailing to get back down to the original yard of Aegina. It took me 3 days to transit back to the island of Aegina. The shipyard that was hauling me out confirmed the date and provided me with a transit authority letter in case I was stopped by the port police or the Coast Guard. With the winds increasing in strength, my self-tacking jib sheet block disintegrated into a carbon mist, forcing me to take refuge into the anchorage at Sunion to make repairs. Hey, good morning guys. Yesterday was probably the biggest test for the boat and myself. Once we were turned away from Chalkoutsi for the unsuccessful haul out, I had to hightail it almost 100 nautical miles south to make a haul out back at the original marina, Aegina. Coming back down, 38 knots of wind. I had my first casualty yesterday. The self-tacking jib, the port side block sheared as the boat went onto a starboard tack. What that did, it sent the two cars off the track, and of course a free-flying jib or genoa in 38 knots of wind. Okay, no dramas. Was able to, thank God for autopilot, keep it pointed downwind, refurl in the genoa and stow it away. I tried to get to Olympic Marina, radioed in and asked if I could come in for an emergency repair. They turned me away due to the second lockdown. It wasn't a good situation to be turned away in. I said it's emergency. They still turned me away. So the next best thing, given the winds were strong, gusting northerlies, I come back down into Sunion anchorage. I've been here many times, despite still being 28 knots gusting into the anchorage. At least I was out of the swell and the following waves. So this morning I've improvised. I've just set the head sail up in a traditional rigging format as for a full genoa, and taken the extra sheets back to the cockpit. We'll see how that goes. I've got 30 nautical miles to make it to Aegina, and at this stage scheduled for haul out tomorrow morning. The weather's going to be perfect. So second time round, hope this one's a success. After 98 days in Greek waters, and with the second COVID national lockdown, it was a relief to haul the yacht out. Solid Earth now providing stability to finalise details for my return to Australia. I had some time now to thoroughly deservice the yacht and prepare her for winter storage and make the necessary COVID-19 testing arrangements to comply with scheduled airline and destination policies. As I departed Aegina, I took a long look over the town and island I've come to know so well. As the island features faded into the distance, I walked back inside with a sense of accomplishment, in my mind already planning the next sailing adventure. Well, now safely ensconced at the Ridges Hotel in Brisbane for my 14-day mandatory quarantine period. The time has given me a chance to reflect on 2020 and indeed the sailing trip. While it was a solo undertaking on the yacht, I never really felt disconnected from the world due to the power of social media. I'd like to take this time to say thank you to all that have followed me along the way on the journey, providing positive comments and encouragement. As I sign off on this final episode for the trip, I'd like to wish you all a safe and merry festive season and best wishes for the new year. I look forward to catching up with a lot of you in the months ahead. But until that time, cheers.